We are now going to cover the compliance page for investigating officers. When you receive the device outside the window, you will see this page. You cannot exit this page without the driver's permission and password, and you are to stay in this page at all times. The general navigation component. At the top of the screen, you'll see the driver's name, their license number, the unique diary ID, the state in which they are, and their time zone in which they are operating out of, their base location, and their record keeper location. This header is sticky, so if you need to take any photos during the investigation, this header will stay at the top of all your photos. Underneath that, you have the date select and a show all button. I'll show you what the show all button does later. You have the total work and total rest for that day. If the day has not completed, it will not add up to 24 hours, but the previous days will show up to 24 hours. Below that, you have the activity grid for all activities on that given day. If you need to see more information, you can either scroll or you can select the record and it'll show up all the information as needed. If you select the show all button at the top right, it'll actually show all events. Yellow events are for edited events, red events are for anything that has been deleted, and as you can see, we've been working on this demo account for a while. And black events are for true and correct events as per the driver. If you are determining whether an event has been modified, under event type, there is actually whether it is manual. And if you select it, entry type down the bottom here, you'll see it is manual time/date. If they change the address, it'll show up as manual time/date/location. Then we move on to the chart at the bottom. As you can see, you've got your standard comments, annotations, the driver information, the chart, and you'll see the standard work rest worm. The green line shows any potential breaches detected by the investigation aid within the application. For navigation on the chart, you can use the blue arrows either way to change between the different days on the chart. Scrolling down at the bottom of the chart, we have report transfer, investigation aid, annotation, and the help button. If you require the report to be sent to you, you can select the report transfer. You can select the time frame of the report, 28 days, 1 year, and 3 years. So if you select 28 days, you can select the compliance report as PDF. You can input your email address, and I will just input a email, and I can put in a subject. I would suggest putting in the driver's unique ID into the subject so you know what you're looking for. And at the bottom, you'll hit send. That email will be generated and an MD5 checksum will be delivered as a ID for the email. This may take a few seconds to generate. If you're in offline mode, this will be automatically generated when the driver comes online again. As you can see, the transaction ID is the MD5 checksum. You'll see the driver's name, you'll see the driver ID, the system version name, and the approval holder. You can take a screen cap of this or a photo as required. Select OK. To re-trigger the investigation aid, select the investigation aid button. The investigation aid will run in a matter of seconds, maximum of 15 seconds. And as you can see, we have picked up a potential breach, and it tells you the time of the point that the driver crossed the breach, the work rest option, the period of work and rest in which they have breached, which is the 8-hour rule in this instance, whether there's a work or rest breach, and the potential non-compliance level. In this case, it's a minor breach. You can also access this investigation aid below the chart, and you can also select that to be able to show up the detail as needed. For adding annotations to a diary, you can select the annotation button, You can put in the location of the annotation you wish to put in. The time of intercept is the time that you pulled the driver over. This can be edited. The date of intercept can also be edited, as you may have pulled them over at 11:58 the night before, and you were doing your investigation at 12:10 in the morning. You can input your annotation here. I will put test in. For the annotation flag, this is where in the diary you want to put it in the last 28 days. By selecting this, you can go anywhere up to 28 days back in time, but no further. I will select the 23rd of June. You can also adjust the time frame to whenever you would like that into the diary. I'm going to say 8 a.m. flat, and then I can select submit. That will now be submitted into the diary, and you'll see all annotations in my diary are shown below for the entire time period. If you want to see more details for other officer annotations, you can select here and that detail will appear.